Falcon, Paladin.
Hello, Summicron. How are things today in podcast land?
Good. It's a little overcast, but that's better
Hmm.
than it being raining for like it has for the last week. So I'll take it.
Okay, improvement is good. I like improvement in weather.
Yeah.
It shows that whoever controls the weather cares about us, and that makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. So
Who do you think controls the weather, Falcon?
I don't know. They keep their identity very hidden, and I respect their anonymity, but they care about us. So it's like I don't want to go and dig and figure out who
Right.
they are and
Right.
ruin that for them. So yeah,
No, that's
exactly.
that's reasonable. Um, I'm
It's
not
crazy today. It is 48 degrees Fahrenheit. 48.
48. Wasn't it like 102 a week ago?
It was a bajillion a week ago. Yeah, it got up to like 97 a week ago. Now it's 48 degrees at 7 p.m. I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm freezing to death. So, yeah, hoodie, socks, pajama pants it was today. I haven't done that in like a month. Go
Yeah.
figure.
Go figure.
Yeah, go figure.
Crazy weather.
It is. But we take it.
Don't know
I'll
much of a
take
choice.
this over the 97 degrees,
Oh
actually.
yeah. Way easier
Yeah.
to just like put on socks and a hoodie than it is to like sit there and debate. Do I turn on the air conditioning? That's money I'm burning. Or just like,
Yes,
is
it
opening the
is.
windows enough? I really don't feel like it is.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And it is for some hot days, but not other hot days.
Mm-hmm.
So, ugh,
Ugh.
disgusting. Yeah. My daughter, speaking of Australia, my daughter told me about a content creator that she follows on YouTube Shorts that does little shorts about Australians in hell. And
Okay.
the devil's like, ah, ha, ha, ha. It's so hot down here. Blah, ha, ha, ha. And the Australian's like, I don't know. I've had worse. Or like, you have to eat this disgusting food. And she's like, kind of tastes like Vegemite. Self roast. Those are good. Yeah. Anyway, she thought those were very funny, so I thought I would
That's
tell you
funny.
about them.
That's great.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
do you have a content name? Do you have a content creator's name I
I
could look
can
up?
ask. I will ask real quick.
Okay.
Dear daughter. She's somewhere out here. I can text her probably. I'll find it. I'll get it to you by the end of the pod, probably.
Oh, it's a deal.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. Sent. Done.
Good.
Very good. So yeah, Australia's doing great. America's doing great. Super the best. Best. No problems here at all. None whatsoever. We
I,
talked about the data center on the pod.
I don't think we've ever talked about a data center.
I don't think so.
Did I miss some like big U.S. news where something awful's happened, or well, I assume
I
something
mean,
awful.
every day, but yeah, pretty much.
What what do I need to be
So
looking for?
well,
Data.
I'm gonna mention the data center. So there's a Canadian billionaire who's like,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to build a data center. So
Sure.
we went to a bunch of different places in Canada and America, and it's like, can I build my data center here? And they're like, maybe. Tell us about it. And he's like, it is 62 square miles big. And everybody
What?
was like,
Did you
no, they said 62 square miles.
62 square miles?
Yeah,
Good
I'm not
grief.
converting that to
No,
kilometers,
no,
but
that's
it's
fine.
really big,
That's fine.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
huge. Yeah.
yeah. So he shops around and shops around and shops around, and then he gets to Utah and says, hey, I'd like to build my 62 square mile data center here. And Utah's governor and city council for the area was like, yes, yes, please do that. Here are some tax breaks to do that. It will be awesome for us.
Ju-
And
Just,
everyone's like, questions? We have questions.
ju- just to be, I don't know, dramatic. I found something that's comparing the size of 62 square miles. That is twice the size of Manhattan.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is. I've heard that comparison before. People like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have overlaid it on the valley where I live, the Salt Lake Valley. It's like half the size of the Salt Lake Valley. It's so big.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so everyone's like, I have many concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Data centers use a lot of water. What are your plans for that? And they're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pump water out of the Great Salt Lake, use it to circulate through the data center and cool the machines, and then pump it back into the Great Salt Lake. So we're water neutral. And everyone's like, I mean, technically, but like while the water is in the data center, it's 62 square miles big. How much water is in the data
Left to the
at a
left.
given time,
Uh,
right?
yeah.
Before it comes back out, because it is holding a certain amount of water permanently,
Uh-huh.
even if it's cycling it through, which I don't believe you necessarily you're going to do that. But yeah, right?
Right. It there's a as if I mean I assumed that because it's the Salt Lake, it's salt water, and there's not a lot of living
Yes.
fish in there, is there?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. No. Nope. There's brine shrimp, which
Mm-hmm.
is apparently a life form that can survive in insanely salty water, but we don't care about those.
Okay.
We do care about the water level, though, because it's been drying up thanks to climate change over the last 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And it affects the climate because we don't have a huge body of water there. Salty or not, it affects the climate. And we're concerned because apparently there's like some toxic dust that gets thrown up in parts of the lake that are dried up and kind of gets stirred up and like
Sure.
comes across the rest of the valley and causes problems. So we're concerned about the water level now. And if they're like, we're only going to take,
All of the water.
300,000 gallons at a time, and then we put it back in. It's not like we're going to drain it dry. It's like, well, but that's a lot still. It's still going to lower the level.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one question.
Yeah.
Another question is heat.
Mm-hmm.
So data centers release heat,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Is even with water cooling, the heat goes into the water, comes out, the heat is released. So like geothermal scientist at one of the universities locally was like, I estimate it will increase the average ambient temperature in the valley by about 8 degrees. And everyone's like, that is not a small number of degrees, sir.
Yeah. That's kind of a lot.
That's a concern. I don't know what you even do about that. What's the solution for that? What is it? Hey, what's up, Zal?
I don't know. You just
I don't know.
get used to having a lot less snow on the mountains.
We had the driest winter we've ever had this winter. If we get worse than that, I don't know what we're going to do.
Right.
Because again, the winter is where we get our water. It snows in the mountains, and then it melts in the spring, and it fills our reservoirs, and we drink it and use it for stuff. Anyway, yeah, and again, 62 square miles. It's on desert. Like, Utah's got a lot of desert in it. You understand. You're in Australia.
Sure.
So it's not like we're displacing forests or like forcing people to move. It's like this land is nothing town, USA. So that's not a concern, I guess. But yeah, and then so they're like, it'll create jobs. And it's like, well, construction jobs, temporary construction jobs. There will be a lot of people building this thing for the next 10 years, they're saying, right? Sure.
Sure.
But once it's built, construction jobs are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And data centers are very famously do not need a lot of full-time staff.
No.
The data center that my company used for our data back when I had a full-time 9-to-5 job, I think one guy was there. One guy hung out in this like huge data center. If there were problems, he'd be alerted to the problems and he would call the people who came in and actually did the fixing. But 24 hours a day, there was one person there.
Right.
So I imagine in a 62 square mile data center, it's probably more than a person, but like 50? Like, it's not a lot of jobs.
No, it's not a lot of jobs.
No. So this came before the city council of the city where this would be built. And they were like, and the city council was like, yes, immediately. Absolutely. We approve it. And there's all these citizens who are protesting like, hey, so a lot of people are like, no, but a bunch of people were like, can we just like talk this over a little bit? Can we get some?
Lost your mic? Yep. No? No, I see your eyes moving.
back?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can
We're
hear
back.
you. I can hear you.
Okay. You're good. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Oh, still nothing. Still nothing.
On.
Oh, there we go. I heard that. Oh, Falcon, come back. Ooh, any kind of fool could see.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. We're back.
We're
Yeah.
back.
I had to leave and rejoin, and now we're good.
Yeah.
Dude, I did a 4-hour stream today with this exact same setup, and the cable was fine the whole time. I do not understand. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a loose connection somewhere. It's bad.
Yeah.
Anyhow. So yeah. So some people are like, no. Some people are like, can we talk about it? And these people are like, the council people are like, nope, we're approving it now. And the governor's like, this is awesome. We're going to do it. We're going to get started immediately. It'll take 10 years to build it, so we got to start immediately. And it's like, but I... So everyone's very, well, there are people who are very mad about it. I think part of the thing here is that, well, okay, another question was, how are you going to power it? And they said, we're going to power it on site. I don't know if that means they're going to build solar panels and just cover the whole thing with solar and try to do that. I don't know if they're going to like...
Build a
I don't
reactor.
know. I don't know what the plan is there. So, yeah, build a nuclear reactor. That would be actually kind of rad.
Would.
I like nuclear power. So I don't know. I don't know. Zal's like, it's got to be nukes. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'll keep an eye on it. So I'm like, all right. So people online are super pissed, but people online aren't everybody. So I'd like to get, can we do a newspaper funded poll, right? Can we get a public opinion poll about this? So I've been watching the local newspapers, the local TV stations. I've been trying to see if any of them will run a poll about this thing and just let us know what we think about this, the people that live here. Because, I don't know, maybe like 60% of people are totally on board with this whole thing, and the protesters are a loud minority. I don't know. I would just like to know. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
So I keep looking, and maybe one day we'll get one of those.
Maybe. I found a Guardian article here that says a new gas-fired generation will power the facility. So,
okay,
gas turbines.
So natural gas.
Natural gas, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the other problem is they're like, okay, we're going to tap into natural gas in the area, which is great, except that will increase the demand for gas in the area, which increases price for natural gas in the area. My house is heated by natural gas. Is that going to drive my heating price up? Probably. Awesome.
Well,
what?
It'll actually drive your heating price down because it's going to raise the ambient temperature of the area anyway.
You know what? Didn't think about that. I'm going to save a fortune on heating bills. Won't have to use the heat at all in the wintertime.
Exactly.
That'll be great. Oh, boy.
And in 10 years, by the time it's done, you'll be running the air conditioner in the wintertime just to keep it normal.
Yeah. And then the summertime, we'll all burn to death to a crisp. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And again, to what benefit? I don't... Obviously, this guy went to a bunch of different states. I'm sure he tried in Canada first. He's Canadian. And Canadians were like, no, die in a fire. This is a terrible idea. So he's like, America will support this plan. So he goes to America, and I'm sure he went to other states and other cities, and they were like, I don't know, man, 62 square miles is a lot. And then Utah's like, sure, man, here, we'll give you some tax breaks. We'll give you cheaper land to build on. We really want this thing. Why? Like, I understand we do tax breaks for businesses to relocate here, right? Because they'll hire people. They'll hire 9-to-5ers. They'll bring jobs to Utah. It's a fine idea. I'm okay with that. But this makes no sense to me at all, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't
know.
The
only thing I can think of is that these guys are getting paid under the table by this Canadian billionaire to be like, hey, approve this thing, make it fast, and I'll send $10 million to a Cayman account somewhere in your name.
It's
I don't know.
entirely plausible. It's more likely that
Yeah.
like, hey, when your term limit's up, there's a sweet cushy job here waiting for you when you're done. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure. Or that.
yeah.
Exactly. 100%.
Or maybe the
And
I'm gonna play to my biases for a second and say, well, maybe there's a sweet church donation going for it too. Um,
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I can't. The governor was like, we're losing the AI race to China. We got to improve our AI capabilities or China will leave us in the dust. So we have to help AI as much as we can so we can beat the commies. And it's like, for what? What do you mean? So they can, like, they're going to make better pictures of dogs saving children from floods? Like, is their Hollywood AI system going to be better than ours? Are we worried about that? Like, what are we worried about?
so
Being...
So, to play devil's advocate, I'll say that the current applications of AI, while banal and boring or just ugly, right? That doesn't mean that if they get theoretically good enough, it couldn't be put to actual practical uses. And that, like, the scaremongering about China having a better technical program than America maybe is a concern that just falls in line with all the other reasons, like concerns that America's had over China, and it's like that line of thinking is going to work because it worked with everything else,
Yeah.
So I don't think the idea that like AI at the moment makes dog photos, so we shouldn't give a shit who has it is um I don't think that's a nuanced approach to this issue.
No. No.
Um,
100%. It's not. It's not. But I would like a reason. I
yeah,
would like them to say we would like to beat China in AI in this area, not just be like we need to beat China in AI. Like that's
yeah.
not a nuanced take either.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely a
Yeah.
simplification. But just as a first thing that came to my mind, which was like using AI to look at slides of biopsies from cancer, and you can
Right.
the, one on the one hand, like yes, we could probably train AI to find cancer that is metastasized or is what is it benign, right? Like apparently you can tell from like a slide, like that's how they do biopsies. But they also trained pigeons to do it.
Right.
They just fed pigeons when they tapped on the right the right image, and
Right.
eventually they got pigeons to like 95% accuracy. You know,
Right.
so I don't necessarily know that we need AI to be doing this, or that we just want AI to be doing this. But anything that we deny ourselves becomes more useful to other people if they have it. You know?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. We will see.
Hey.
And I mean, if it's insanely unpopular, then everybody who voted for this thing is going to get kicked out of office at the next election. So, like, maybe that cushy job promised by the Canadian billionaire needs to come up a little bit sooner than he thought, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. At least it's not like a Bitcoin farm, all right, where the surrounding noise volume is also increased by like a bajillion decibels at the same time.
I didn't mention the noise, but I imagine the noise is going to be incredible too. Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. I don't know. But from what I hear, noise pollution is a bigger concern with crypto farms.
Yeah.
Data center noise
guess.
pollution?
Well, and Zal says our economies are tied together. They are. They are tied together. I don't.
You can hear a data center from 2 miles away. Oh, did we lose you again?
Two miles away, you say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From
So I'm not 2 miles from where they want to build this thing, so that's nice.
2 miles from the edge of a 62 square mile block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if you're
Yeah.
in
I mean, like I said,
international waters from Manhattan, you can't hear it. It's fine.
yeah. I mean, it's desert. There's no one out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
So again, it's going to take 10 years to build. So if there is insane public pushback on this thing and the people who are approved of it are gone and new people get voted in who shut it down, then it's going to get shut down. It's not like this is inevitable at this point. So
right.
we'll see what the local elections do next time around. Should be exciting.
Should be exciting. What
Yeah.
happens if like the only people running for election or re-election are all just like, yeah, I'm gonna approve it. Like those are your options.
Yeah.
Vote out the guy who approved it, or vote in someone who will just rubber stamp it as well. You know.
I know, but like, do you want to be in there for one term and then get voted out again? Like, I guess if that's all you want to do, if you're just like, I recognize why these people lost their seats, I'm going to do the exact same thing. That's a bold strategy done.
How often?
And lie to the people, right? You have to lie to the people too. You have to be like, I don't support the data center. And then when you get in, you're like, I support the data center.
Right. Oh my god, I'm gonna weigh whether or not a politician will lie to people. Wow. Um, but how long are the term limits? Well, not term limits, but how long are the terms? Because if it's
Good
like,
question.
if the next election is in 3 years or 2 years with the midterms, I assume. I don't know. Then okay, let's say the next person lies, or this person. Let's say it moves forward. Is 2 years of construction already undergone enough to be like, well, sunk cost fallacy? We're just gonna like commit, you know, because then the campaign becomes, we're employing 2,000 construction workers at the moment. Do you want to put them out of jobs?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's something that definitely could happen.
Yeah.
Salt Lake County elections. What does it say? 2026 elections, election information, dates and deadlines, primary election dates. Ooh. June.
Oh,
June 23rd. Okay.
so they're like right around the corner.
This could be in time.
Let's see if it matters.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm talking about locally, Zal. But yeah, federally.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so that's the excitement happening in Utah these days. It's got national news, much of international news for sure. Yeah, you found something on the Guardian about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something I saw about Sydney. This isn't nearly as dramatic as a 62-mile data center, but we recently had a new airport built, not terribly far from where I live, and I saw on Instagram that there was like an article about Jetstar, one of the airlines, going to be like, hey, we're going to be running out of the international airport in Sydney domestic flights to this new airport. That's it'll be a 17-minute flight.
Okay.
Right? Tiny
That's
flight to save you maybe an hour on the train.
right.
If you're heading out west from Sydney. Given that it's a flight from the Sydney International Terminal, they ask that you be there 2 hours before takeoff.
Right.
So just take the train, people. I don't care how cheap it is. Just take the train.
100%. Shortest flight I've ever taken was from Idaho Falls to Salt Lake City, and it was like an hour. And it was like we ascended and then we descended.
Right.
I don't even know what 17 minutes is. It's like we start ascending and then we're done.
Yeah.
Like we're there.
Yeah. So it's yeah. It makes sense if there's like if you're coming in from like wherever it is you're coming and you land at the international airport and you don't have to get off the flight, and it's like a next stop slightly further west of Sydney, you know.
Yeah.
That's fine. That makes sense. All right. But I could not imagine being like, okay, I just got off the plane at Sydney. Let's go through customs. Let's go through baggage claim. Get onto another flight, and have to do all that again. Like,
It makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
None.
yeah. Kate
Yeah,
Murdoch.
so you have your own nonsense going
We have
on.
our own
Yes.
nonsense, yeah. To be fair, that's just like a business trying to be like, you could do a thing if you don't want to get on the public transport. you know,
Right,
that's
right.
not a politician being like, let's bulldoze from Sydney Harbour Bridge to the Blue Mountains. You know,
Seems like a very suspiciously specific example, Somicron. Did somebody suggest that once?
no, don't think so.
Okay. I'm just saying, you came up with that example immediately. Like, you had detail. You were
I,
just right
I,
on top
I
of it.
picked two places and then suggested we bulldoze between them, which, if you count building a highway, they probably have, technically speaking.
There you go.
uh,
See? You were right.
yeah.
Yeah. Ah, the world we live in. What a place.
What a place.
What a place.
My neighbors have decided to turn on their cars
Yeah, as
or,
one does.
or a
What's up,
motorbike.
Albran Abe? How's it going?
Oh, sup?
Albran the other day said, I'm enjoying your streams with Somicron. He said, Somicron is smarter than you. So,
I don't know about that.
Albran's a fan. There you go. He said it. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna need to see proof. Yeah.
We'll see if he doubles down on that.
Yeah.
Or if he's like, I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
It's lies and trickeries and nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, he matches my intellect. Oh,
Oh.
apologize. Right. As smart as me.
Match it. Okay.
Fair, 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 fair.
Fair.
Good to have a balance. Anywho's. Yeah. What else is going on? Oh, I finished Dying Light today, the DLC campaign.
Oh, excellent. How was it?
So there's two endings, which I kind of appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
So basically at the end you meet a character who's like, all right, look, I'm going to give you an ultimatum here. Like, this whole zombie thing is fucked. We can't save it. We got to cleanse it and start over. And it's like, that sounds like a huge deal. Or you can resist and say no. Say, no, I think we can find a cure. I think we can do this. Like, we can make this better.
Yeah.
So first time through, I was like, I think we can make this better. I don't want to give up. So I didn't, which resulted in a giant boss fight where they take all of your weapons, which they love doing. Again, not even a story reason for it.
You wake
come
up
in
and
with
you have
all your
nothing.
weapons.
Yeah.
You have a conversation. No, you have a conversation, and then it's like, boom, 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 boss fight. Your weapons are gone. Here are your fists. And I'm like, upset. Very upset at this. So anyway, boss fight, and then you win, and then there's a cutscene where you escape the facility, but you're turning into a zombie. Because in the first 10 seconds of the base game campaign, you get bit by a zombie. So you've been infected the entire time.
Yep.
There's a drug called antizin, which can stop the symptoms of zombifying, but it doesn't actually cure you. And if you stop taking antizin, you eventually turn into a zombie.
Sure.
So they've kind of been setting this up, because while you're in the following, you're not taking antizin. You're in a place that doesn't have it, and the people back in Haran you're talking to are running out anyway. So it's kind of a nice, like, it's Chekhov's gun, right? You get bit by a zombie in Act 1. You'd better turn into a zombie at some point in Act 2, and you do. So it ends with you escaping the quarantine and then turning into a volatile, which is like the worst kind of zombie, outside of a playground where there's this mom playing with her kids.
Oh, okay.
It's like, the end. Enjoy. You tried to find a cure and failed miserably, and now the world is doomed. Well done, hero. And I was like, okay. All right.
Pretty grim. Yeah.
Grim.
Pretty grim.
And then the other ending is the military caused this zombie virus outbreak by experimenting with a drug that you can turn into a mist that enemy soldiers just decide they don't want to fight anymore and they go home. But backfired, created zombie plague, right? Because zombie game.
Of course.
So they left a nuke behind in case things went real bad. So you detonate the nuke. And that ending is abrupt because it just goes, all right, you press the button and it's like, okay, countdown, and white screen. The end. Here are the credits. So you don't get a boss fight. You don't get a cutscene at the end. You don't get
Mhm.
anything. It's just annihilation,
Right.
which I also kind of appreciate in its own way.
Yeah. I mean, I like
So
that.
here's what I was thinking about. Every zombie story I've ever read or listened to or played, there's never a cure. Right? The point of zombie stories is not, oh no, a bad thing happened and then we fixed it. The end. That's never how it works. The zombie virus is always, we are fucked. The end of story. We live here now.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
And I don't think I'd ever realized that until today. It is because it would feel weird if I did play a zombie game where it was like, all right, you found a cure. Good job. Let's go cure all those zombies and end the plague and everything will go back to normal. That's not ever how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. Why though? Like, why is that an inherent part of zombie storytelling? I don't know if I quite understand that.
So, why
What
is
does the Google say?
well, hold on. Yeah, zombie things where zombies with cures. like, what's the way to what's the way to like
Way to
phrase
search
this?
this.
Um,
Zombie stories with happy endings?
well, that's not. You can have a happy ending without the story being like, did we save the world or did we just like survive in it? You know.
Yeah, but you're living in a zombie apocalypse. That's not a happy ending. There
But
are no happy endings.
well, okay, so there's a book that I did start to find because I think it might have a cure beat in it or in the sequel.
Okay.
I think it's called Eat, Slay, Love.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. That's funny.
it's the couple that slays together that stays together, and this book that I read ages ago. Jesus Christ, dude! It's a freaking Tuesday. Do you not have work? Oh God. Anyway, uh, anyway, there's a zombie
You don't
apocalypse.
have work. So
Yeah, but he works Monday to Friday. I know, like he's my neighbor.
him specifically, why does
Yeah.
he not have work?
Yeah. Um, yeah, so there's this couple that are on their way to couples therapy during a zombie outbreak, and the whole setup is that they're both like engaged in like a little petty fight that they don't notice. So they get to the reception office and they say they're there and they listen to the shitty music in the hall and they're waiting, and they're waiting for basically forever until they finally click that it's there's zombies. Like our therapist is a zombie. um, and so
That's funny.
the entire story is about how this couple manages to like reaffirm their marriage in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and like find their harmony and like everything works out for them.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still a zombie apocalypse at the end. They've
Yeah.
just
There's
come
still
to peace with it. They can manage it.
they can manage. There's like a little society that survives in like
Yeah.
the sequel where like they're living in stadiums because they can block all the doors and set up tents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like
Yeah.
some stuff.
Right. So I'm sorry. When I say happy ending, I don't mean characters get some kind of a happy ending. I mean
Well,
the outbreak is
that
cured
that
and the world goes back to normal.
that's why I
Sorry.
said happy ending doesn't mean the world is fixed. For a story, a happy
Right.
ending just means a happy ending.
I know, but I would. I'm not going to die on this hill, but I quibble with the idea that living in a zombie apocalypse world is happy.
So,
Like you can manage it, right?
so you don't think you could ever be happy in a zombie apocalypse? So nobody could be, or no story could ever present that.
I don't know. It's tough.
Like
Because, like, even in your example, you live in a football stadium now. This is where you are. You can't leave
you live in it. Well, no,
without
you can
being
leave.
under threat of death.
Well, yeah, that's America.
Yes, yes. I risk my life every day that I walk outside my front door because there are just bullets flying everywhere. I know.
Well, only if you're driving past a school.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
the point. But like in Last of Us, right? Last of Us Part 2 has Jackson, Wyoming. It's a city that's managed to wall itself off, and they're doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
They're growing crops, and they have livestock, and they have access to food and They're developing electricity, and there's all sorts of. They're living in homes again. Like, it's super great.
Sure.
But it's still you still have zombie hordes coming up to the walls every once in a while, and you have to deal with that. I don't know. Maybe that's just life. Like, maybe modern day life is a ridiculous outlier in human history, right?
For
Because
sure.
that was life
Yeah.
for every civilization since the beginning of time. Was you can have periods of peace, but by golly, the horde is coming eventually, and they're going to try to kill you. That's just the nature of living on Earth, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. I rescind my comment then. You can have a happy human experience in a world where there's a zombie apocalypse because it just reverted to what the world was for the last 8 million years anyway.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, all right. So, again, question that I should have asked. Does it ever fix? We're
Right.
thinking about the Days Later movies. Like, we are
Mhm.
deep years into the Days Later movies, and we do not have a cure.
Right.
We, in Bone Temple, we sort of kind of develop a cure by giving a zombie, I think, morphine.
Okay.
And that kind of like chills him out and kind of fixes him temporarily, but I don't know if that's a long-term solution. Like,
Mhm.
the movie very intentionally is not like, this is a cure, this will fix everything, right?
Mhm.
But it does kind of flirt with the idea that maybe we can fix it, which is interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently World War Z has a cure.
Does it?
Yep.
I read World War Z. Really?
People are saying there's a whole chapter devoted to the logistics of rebuilding.
Yeah, but I think that's just because they killed all the zombies.
Well, that's a cure.
And they're still finding zombies is the problem.
Okay, well.
Like, one of the chapters very specifically is like, things are pretty much back to normal, but there's a bunch of zombies in the catacombs beneath Paris. And every once in a while, one of them
Right.
comes out. Yeah. I think they just killed them all. There's a lot of chapters in that book about just murdering masses of zombies, like with the military and stuff. It's great. What a great book.
It's on my list of like things I should definitely read.
Yeah. It's not even that long. I don't think. Definitely shorter than several books in the Horus Heresy.
Yeah. Low bar.
Shorter than every book in the Stormlight Archive.
Most book series are shorter than any book in the Stormlight Archive.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Anywho, I don't think so. I mean, there are 8,000 different zombie stories out there, probably more than that if you include fan fiction and published books and comic books and all different ways you can tell a story like that. There probably is one where there's a cure, but I don't know. I almost feel like it's a requirement of the genre that you can't.
Yeah.
Even if part of your story is like, we're trying, you can't actually succeed.
I mean, I bet there's definitely a story that does, right? Apparently,
If we include fan fiction, yes, definitely. There's some 15-year-old who was like, I'm going to tell a zombie story. And in the end, we found a cure and everyone was fixed and everyone lived happily ever after. I'm sure that's happened. Yes, 100%.
sure. There's a movie from 2017 called The Cured, which a disease that turns people into zombies has been cured. Society discriminates against the once infected.
Ooh, okay.
So that's you cure the zombies, but you still don't have a happy ending.
Nope.
Yeah. There you go.
There are 25% who are resistant to the cure, though.
Oh, god damn it.
But you're right. 75% cure is pretty great. That's more than we've heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's close. That might actually even count. The government's planning to euthanize the 25% who are resistant to the vaccine. Let's go. Yeah, this is dark.
Yeah.
Irish filmmaking. It's never going to be happy up there. Okay. That's a good one. All right. So, again, there is so much media. There has to be something that has actually done it.
Dear Meetnewbooks.com. You do not need Cloudflare to check that I'm a real human.
No, dude. So the sports message board that I'm on has Cloudflare, and I'm like, what? And every time my network changes on my phone, like I go from Wi-Fi to 5G, it's like, nope, Cloudflare must verify for 10 seconds. And I'm like, what? For what? You are a sports message board. Nobody is hacking you. What do you want? I don't understand why they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reddit says, are there any zombie movies where they manage to turn zombies back into humans?
Mm-hmm.
It says Warm Bodies does it. You remember Warm Bodies?
I remember that being a comedy.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's a romantic comedy with a zombie premise, so it doesn't really count. Someone said The Cured, so we got that. They say that at the end of I Am Legend with Will Smith, there's a cure, but we don't actually see it work.
Yeah, and they're also like vampire zombies. If we're being very persnickety, we can... Well, I'm actually out of the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, that's it. Spent way too much time talking about that concept, but yeah, Dying Light, pretty good. I will say, in the base game, they've got some good characters that get set up, and I don't feel like you spend enough time with them.
Sure.
And then in the DLC campaign, you meet like 3 different characters, and you don't spend time with any of those. So, and they're not as good as the characters in the first one either. So they were just like, I mean, the characterization wasn't very good in the base game, but people bought a lot of copies anyway, so who cares? Let's just skip on that in the DLC campaign anyway. Like, I can't really blame them for it, I guess. Yeah, like there's the best character in the DLC campaign is this probably 17-year-old girl who's like, I can't stand living with my dad anymore. I need to get out and live on my own. And you're like, it's a zombie apocalypse. You can't just like go to another town and get a job. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So she ends up like running away with her best friend who gets bit and turned into a zombie. Fantastic. And then she escapes, but she's still in zombie-infested Haran, so I don't know. And then she disappears from the story. That's it.
Oh.
You help her escape, and she's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. It's just not... The characterization's not good. I've complained already about the fact that the base game is built on parkour traversal in a city environment, and the DLC campaign says, here's a car, here's a dune buggy. Why don't you drive this around to get around? But this is not why anyone bought the first game in the first place. Why are you radically changing the core concept of this? It'd be like if there was a Batman game and the DLC campaign was like, now you get a Spider-Man suit and web slingers. Like, but yeah, I mean, it's fun, but it's not the reason that you bought the Batman game.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of games have like, here's a section or a bit where you do a different thing, and it's the only time and place you do that. Like a driving level in a Halo. It's like, I didn't buy Halo to play a racing game, but there's a driving section. There's a driving level.
Yep.
And then you go back to doing the thing.
This is a DLC campaign of like 30 hours where you're given a car.
Yep.
And you're in open fields. It's like Spider-Man being in Kansas. You have all of these amazing parkour moves you can do, and it's like, here's a crop of wheat, and you got to cross it. So hope you like running or driving.
Yeah. Yep.
It's so stupid. So I abandoned the car. I ditched it.
Oh,
for
yeah?
most of the thing, I just ran everywhere and like tried to parkour as much as I could to like jump off rocks and like do somersaults and stuff. It was very cool, I promise. I'd be like, a car, quick, run up to the top of the car, jump off, do a slide. Really dumb.
Hey, man.
well,
Sometimes you just gotta find your own fun.
You do. Well, they have this leveling system too, where like it's combat. You can level up in combat. The more combat you do, the more points you get. The more parkour stuff you do, the more points you get in this tree. So you have this tree that I'm trying to max out, but if you're in a car the whole time, you don't ever use the agility and the things to parkour and level it up.
They should have given you a driving skill tree and you get points for
They
driving.
did.
Oh,
You
okay.
had a driving skill tree, but I had been working really hard on getting my parkour tree up, and then like abandon that. Don't worry about that one. Do the car tree now. And I'm like, no, screw you. I don't want to do the car tree.
Fair enough. Can't argue with
Yep.
not wanting to do it.
Nope. The other annoying thing is that if you drive off road in this dune buggy, it like deteriorates the pieces of your car, and they degrade to the point you can't use them anymore, and you have to find new pieces to the car. And I was like, that's a hassle. That's not fun. You know what doesn't degrade? My legs. I can run around and jump as much as I want. I don't have to get new legs. Yeah.
How are your kneecaps going?
Doing great. Kyle Crane is probably a 28-year-old man in the prime of his life.
Sure.
He was a cross-country champion in high school. He's very athletic. He's doing fantastic.
Yeah.
His kneecaps are doing wonderfully.
Yeah. So I learned about a thing just recently, which is I put a video in the Discord about a guy who went to the first locations for a bunch of fast food places, including the first Kentucky Fried Chicken, which happens to be in Utah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a weird story.
I've been watching a bunch of his other videos, and he does one where he does the Taco Bell Ultra Marathon, which
I don't know
is
what this is.
50 miles.
Okay, right. Ultra marathon. Got it.
Yeah, around Denver, where you have to stop in at 10 Taco Bells and eat something off the menu at all of them.
Okay. I mean, can you cheat and just get like a small bag of cinnamon twists? Like that doesn't seem too tough.
There
You
are
have to get like an actual thing.
So as part of it, he does say he sees a bunch of people eating cinnamon twists, but he and his
There you
buddy
go.
who do it. There are rules, but you have to get at least one Crunchwrap Supreme and like one of these other items at least one of the other ones.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's very funny.
So
I'm not saying I want to do this, but it sounds very funny.
sounds very funny. There
I
was
want
like,
to see someone like eating like a box of nachos as they're running an ultra marathon. They're like, "Arr, arr."
but you have to eat it in the parking lot.
Oh,
Because you have to like sign the thing. Well, I guess you could do it while running, but you have to like sign the thing, and it's like it's all honor system. So I think you could get away with eating while running if you wanted, but like you have to sign your wrappers, and at the end present all the wrappers, and like given that there's like 1,500 people who show up every year to do it, they recommend going the night before and buying items at the first 3 just so you're not like forming a giant queue. You know.
Yeah, stagger it. Stagger your Taco Bell purchases.
Yeah.
Ultra marathon. That's amazing. America. Only in America can you do the Taco Bell ultra marathon.
It's not sponsored by Taco Bell, but I'm sure they love the business.
Absolutely. I'm sure they're doing fine.
Yep.
Still haven't gotten that triple Crunchwrap Supreme. And I saw an ad that was like, we might take it off the menu. And I was like, I don't know if I care.
Why haven't you gone and tried?
Because it's just a Crunchwrap Supreme. It's bigger. It's the same thing. I know what it is.
Yeah, but like,
Crunchwrap's a lot of food also. Making it more food is not something I necessarily need to be doing.
is it a lot of food? It's like one wrap.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the caloric content and look at the grams, and it's a lot of food.
700 calories. Yeah, I see that.
Is that it?
Yep.
Only 700?
Per serving, but how many servings are in a single wrap? Is it one of those things where
Nobody
it's like
shares a Crunchwrap Supreme. That is an individual thing.
right?
This is hilarious.
It's a way you could get away with making it sound better than it is, right? But yeah, 700 calories
per serving.
Per serving.
Does it really not say how much a serving is?
No, it doesn't. I assume one serving is just one Crunchwrap Supreme.
It really should be, but I don't know. They cheat with that all the time in food in America. Did they do that there too?
I mean, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, it's 300 calories a serving. How many servings are in this box?
12. Yeah,
37. It's like,
exactly.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it even tells me the caloric content here
You gotta click
on the
nutritional
website.
information under the title. Like, I know where it says triple contract for Supreme and big purple letters at the top. Are we on different websites? That's
Might be.
yeah. I'm at TacoBell.com. Oh no, it just says 700 calories there. Yeah.
So okay. Crunchwrap Supreme is 1,210 milligrams of sodium and 530 calories, it says here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the triple double Crunchwrap Supreme is 700 calories. Okay, so yeah, you were looking at that.
Yeah.
The triple double one, which again seems low. Okay.
I just don't think it's
I
that
assume they're
much
not just
food.
lying to us.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you right now that they are guessing. I learnt recently about how they work out the amount of calories and stuff in a thing.
Okay.
Which is if you take so the way that they work, they set like the standard was you have to, in a very complicated setup, basically burn things to see how much energy, right, and how much it raises.
Yeah, that's
Right.
science.
So,
Right.
but they don't. There isn't like a big lab where they're burning every food product that wants to hit the market and like waiting for the
Oh.
results.
I
So
was hoping there was.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So was literally everyone. What it is instead is there's a certain amount of calories per like saturated fat per how much sodium, how much protein is in it, and like if it says it has 21 grams of protein and they add for 4 grams of 40 calories or whatever per gram, you can add up all of those ingredients and that'll give you the rough estimate of how many calories are in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I get it. I mean, that's pretty scientific. It's not like they're just guessing.
It's not. No, they're not just guessing. But yeah.
Yeah.
It is disappointing that they're not working out the exact amount of calories in a thing by exploding.
Not
everything. Yeah.
Energy released when you burn the Crunchwrap Supreme. Science is great.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Maybe I'll get one tomorrow.
Do it.
Assuming it's not off the menu by tomorrow.
Oh, maybe.
They love doing that. The Taco Bell subreddit is full of people just like wistfully remembering when this thing was on the menu for 3 months back in like 1998. It's crazy. People are nuts. Very funny.
Like what? Like what do you guys have?
There was like a quesarito.
Quesarito.
Again, it's Taco Bell. It's the same 4 ingredients remixed into something else. It's not like they had cheesecake on the menu at some point. Like, I missed the cheesecake. It's just the same thing,
Do you guys
just in a
have
different configuration.
Do you guys have Chocodillo?
I don't know what that is. I don't think so.
It's a quesadilla with chocolate instead of cheese. It's a dessert on the dessert menu here. Yeah.
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 Sounds good though.
Yeah, probably is. I don't think I've had one because when I'd go
Most likely.
when I was on when I'd do bike rides, we'd go around to Taco Bell because it would be like on our stop for where we'd go, and it's like, well, I will get lunch here. I don't know that I want chocolate in me at the moment, so it's just never the right time to try it.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I don't think I want chocolate from Taco Bell ever either, honestly.
Right. What about the non-Minecraft movie infringing lava crispy chicken burrito instead of just
I
the
don't
lava?
think we have that either.
The lava chicken burrito. It's the
Again, we have. Yes. Here, what's new? Diablo dusted chicken nuggets? They have chicken nut. Why the hell do you have chicken nuggets? I disagree with this whole idea, Taco Bell.
We don't have nuggets. We have tenders, but not nuggets. Which a nugget is a long tender, but a short tender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have chocolate fudge empanadas now.
Oh,
Hold on a second. They might have chocolate at my Taco Bell now.
you gotta try it. Do it for science, Falcon.
For science.
Oh my god, there's more than 2 Taco Bells in the country now.
Huh. Where's the other one?
No, there's like a lot more. Like,
Perth.
there's about
Is there one in Perth?
30. Let's find out.
Oh.
No, yeah, hold on. Yeah, Western Australia does.
Okay.
Show me. No, okay. When I click to show, like, it's like, hey, what state are you in? It just automatically, like, loads the menu. It doesn't let you actually pick a location in the state. It's very funny.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go through and look at all these manually to see which ones. One in Queensland.
Which one? Which one?
So no, there's. Oh no, hold on. That's what did I just miss? Yeah, okay. I'm realizing they have like title section titles, and I missed the one that was like between New South Wales and Queensland.
Yes,
So I was like, did they merge those together? Anyway, Butler, Western Australia, Canning Vale, Western Australia, Ellenbrook, and Midland, Western Australia. So I don't. One of those might be a suburb of Perth, but it's not the city itself. So
Right. Fair enough. It's over there. It's close enough.
it's over there.
It's Australia. If it's within 100 miles, it's in the same place.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyhow. Yeah. My sad thing is at Taco Bell that they got rid of was that back during COVID, they had a box of nachos that was like box of nachos. It was awesome. It was just a box that lifted up the lid, and it was just, they had everything in it. It was awesome. It had guacamole and sour cream and everything that was great. And then they stopped doing it, and now they just have stupid Nachos Bel Grande, which is always on the map, which is like a quarter of that size, and it's $7.50.
Oh.
That box was like $5 during COVID. I know inflation. I know inflation has happened over the last 5 years, but man, irks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the Taco Bell menu. I'm like, $7. I wish anything here was $7.
I know, but we have determined exchange rate.
Yeah,
Everything's more expensive there.
it's true. It's true. It's just like a Crunch Wrap box is $23.25.
What's a Crunchwrap box? Comes with a Crunchwrap and like another burrito.
Crunchwrap Supreme served with a crunchy taco, chips, dessert, and drink.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
$23 is again. All right, to the currency exchanger.
I want to say
USD
17.
to 1643. Nailed it.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
You got it. Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Even with the exchange rate, that's crazy talk.
Yeah.
Blech. Not moving to Australia. No offense, Omicron.
But our minimum wage is higher, so it's fine.
Well, but I'd probably still be working for YouTube and get paid in US dollars is the problem.
That's also true.
Could I change that and get paid in Australian dollars?
You'd have to convert it back to pay for anything in America, though. You still live there.
No. I'm saying if I move to Australia, could I get YouTube to pay me in Australian dollars?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I know Twitch pays me in USD, and so does Patreon.
Oh, maybe not. They're like, everyone gets US dollars. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
bad in your country. Eat it.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. Getting paid in US works for me.
Yeah.
It's worth more. So.
Well, and Discord member Spike, he works apparently for an American company. He works remotely from Peru and gets paid in US dollars.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
But then the US dollar value has been tanking relative to his local currency, so he like took a pay cut over the last 6 months, and he's pissed about it, which understandably so.
Yeah. Nobody's happy.
Yeah, like imagine taking a pay cut just because the money you're getting paid in, its value is going down.
Yeah, it's a risk you take.
Yeah, totally.
I'm
That's cool,
so getting
Albran.
Taco Bell for lunch.
Yeah.
I'm half tempted to order it now and see if it arrives by the time the podcast is over.
The end of the pod.
Yeah.
Could do. Could do. Albran says his friend works for a U.S. hospital from Canada and gets holiday pay for U.S. holidays. Yep, that makes sense.
Fair enough.
You're working for a U.S. hospital. Absolutely. You get
Yeah.
the holidays of the company you work for. Don't see
sure.
why not.
For sure.
Yeah. My company, when I worked for them, we set up an office in Ireland. And so they gave us a couple like European holidays in addition to the Americans we already had.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay, that's nice.
Okay.
And then they got the people in Ireland got all the American ones too, so they were extra happy about that.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
I
remember
mean,
the
we
name of the
shared
book.
some like Christmas. Anyway, what book?
Married with Zombies. Is the name of the book series.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. So,
That's a funny idea.
yeah. Yep. Anyway, it's not important. We have to go back to it.
No, we don't. We're not going back to it. No. Is it time to talk about Warhammer? Is it?
Yeah.
Is that Skull Days yet? What do they call that?
Skulls Festival. I know that's
Skulls Festival.
2 or 3 days away.
Okay.
But there has
The
been
Warhammer
announcements.
subreddit said there's a new Commissar Kane model that I shared.
There is. Not only is there a new Commissar Kane model, but For the Emperor is getting a illustrated and annotated special release.
Oh, well, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, so
You
now
gonna
I
get
have to be rapidly refreshing the pre-order page on Black Library to make sure I get it at market value and not scammer value.
Before all this, all
Yeah.
the scalpers take every single copy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Woo. But yeah, I mean,
Not awesome.
not awesome. But I mean,
Nope.
the book sounds cool. I'm excited for that. The model, yeah, I mean, Caiaphas Kane has a model. Neat.
Yep. It's nice. Good job, Caiaphas.
I saw some people on the Reddit discussing what his rules should be. He should have a plus, like a 1-up to shoot. So normally, when shooting, you might have like a 3-up, so you roll a d6, and 3 and higher you hit. Caiaphas Kane is an excellent shot, so he has a 1-up. He should also have the rules fall back, shoot, fall back, allowing him to retreat twice.
Awesome. These are good ideas. I like them.
I feel like these are great ideas. Yeah.
Does he come with
Jurgen?
his blank?
His blank who you're
Huh?
blanking. Jurgen.
Jurgen, thank you. Does he come with
Yes.
Jurgen?
I believe he does.
Okay.
He's in the picture.
It only makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're inseparable.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, he's in the picture that you showed. He's got his little...
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, is there a Jurgen sold separately asterisk
No.
that I missed somewhere?
No, I don't
Okay.
believe so.
Alright.
He's got his little flask of Tanner with a little cup hanging off the back of it on his backpack.
Yeah.
His hot tea that he serves to Commissar Kane.
Does he have his Melta weapon? Is that what he rolls with?
Yeah, he's got a melter. Yep.
Hilarious.
I would have liked the model to have both his las rifle and his melter, because he only takes the melter when things are getting hairy. But as a guardsman, he would be inseparable from his las rifle as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I had somebody join the stream today whose name was Laz, like 439 or something, and I was like, is that pronounced Lays or Laz? And he's like, it's Laz. And I was like, oh. Like Warhammer? He said, no, my name is Lazarus. And I'm like, oh, never mind then.
But does he spell it with an S or a Z?
S.
But his name is Lazarus with a S?
I guess.
Can you
That's what
spell-
he said.
can you
That's how he
spell-
spelled it.
You can spell Lazarus with an S?
He did. I'll have to go back and look at it, but
I would call him Lazarus.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Should we talk about our book, Salvation's Reach?
Salvation's Reach by Dan Abnett.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So my initial thought Unless you have something to go with
Oh,
first.
my initial thought was just about the narrator. I thought I'd get that out of the way
Ah, right.
as a disclaimer, which is I first time I read these books, I really bounced off this one because the audio narrator, who does a totally fine job, it's just different from the last 10 books. Like it's a different person.
Mm,
And when it goes from
mm.
Toby Longworth to, I should look up his name because I know Toby Longworth's name. Not crediting this guy would just be rude. James McPherson, who is a lovely, I want to say Scottish. He's doing a lot of voices, so sometimes he's more Scottish and less Scottish. Uh, but like, it's sometimes it's really good, right? Because Toby Longworth would do everyone kind of the same. Belladons would
Mm,
have a slightly different accent, but now Belladons don't sound any different to the Tanith, right?
that's a
But
problem. Okay.
but people who are definitely outside the regiment, like Ludd, now feel much less Tanith than does in the other books. So
Oh,
outsiders feel distinctly outsiders, but insiders feel homogenous. You know?
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I it was a struggle again,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but all of the big points of the book still hit, I think, appropriately hard.
Got it.
But yeah,
Good enough.
so if you're doing the audiobooks, bear in mind you might be like, that is not how Larkin is supposed to sound. Not in a million years.
No, no, you shared that one with me, and I was like, oh, nope,
Nope.
definitely not. Yeah.
Um, so anyway, what's your initial thoughts?
My initial thought is that this is the first time we've gotten an Imperial Guard book where you don't know what the mission is until like the end. Because he very specifically keeps this from the reader for the whole time. And then once they're doing the thing they came here to do, they're like, hey, here's what we came here to do. And it's like, there is 10% of the book left. Why are you hiding it from us so much this time?
Yeah.
I guess just to mix it up, but I can't think of a better reason, like any really good reason to do that other than just
I mean,
keep them guessing this time.
I feel like the why of it is because what they're there to do is not, like, I don't want to say it's not important because obviously it is, but to the story that you're reading, it's not the key player by any stretch.
Right.
I feel like
Right.
it almost takes the B-side story to the personal conflicts going on.
Yeah, agreed. 100%. There's a lot of personal stuff going on in this one.
Yeah. And the personal stuff is all so good that to
Yeah.
spend too
Yeah.
much time being like, and here's where we're going, and here's what we're doing, just, you don't need it. Cut it. It's fine.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So bottom line, our trader's like, all right, here's the deal. I know about this secret science station
Mm-hmm.
that the Sons of Sek are using to study forbidden magics about the warp, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So we should go hit it. And then if we do this well enough, we can blame the Blood Pact for doing it
Mm-hmm.
and create a huge division within the archenemy in this sector.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like part one is creating division within the archenemy because there's already division there, just sowing a deeper seed of discord. But also, we could study some of this stuff
Mm-hmm.
and help us fight chaos later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? So that's it. And you're right. It doesn't really matter. Like, that's not the point of the book at all.
No.
But there is a little bit of a thing where, like, Gaunt is worrying. I think it's Gaunt is worrying that the only reason. So the trader guy, the Plugeth,
The-
isn't really doing this to help the Imperium. He's
Oh.
just doing this because he supports, the Blood Pact side of things, and he wants to hurt the Sons of Sek at this point.
Yeah, that is a concern that, like, this person, this Faguth, he has maybe not reverted back to the Imperial, to being loyally Imperial. There's even a moment where he's reading ecclesiastic texts, and he's like, yes, I'm a fan of the genre, and he's like, you're a religious man. He's like, no, it's fantasy. um, so he's like, the concern is he using the Imperial Guard as a weapon for the Blood Pack to
Right.
go and like bloody the Sons of Sec.
Right.
Um,
Because
and
they do hate each other.
they
Yeah.
do hate each other, and there's like the book ends with him being like, "Oh, you're not leaving me here to burn." Excellent, and there's like he smiles to himself thinking about of what they've done. So
Yeah.
has his plan worked? I don't know.
Depends on what his plan is. We don't even know what his plan is.
Right,
Right.
right.
So how can we know if it worked?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say a lot of this book it comes off as set up for things to happen in the next book.
Yes.
So maybe his plan worked, maybe it didn't. We'll find out next time. Which
Right.
kind of sucks for
Next
this discussion.
time. Certainly does.
Yeah. Um,
And then the little fake out at the beginning where Abbott's like, hey, what if Ron's going to assassinate the Fuggoth? What if he's just going to step outside of the bounds of him, what the Imperium's doing with this guy, and he's just going to kill him?
yeah.
And then it's like, haha, you thought Ron would do that. Nope. Actually, not at all. He's going to foil an assassination attempt.
Hell
And
yeah.
I was like, all right. Okay.
That didn't have you going, like, for any time? Like, you weren't like, oh my god, he's really
No,
going to
it
do a
did.
It did. Okay.
It did, because it's Ron. Ron's a right bastard. He
Right.
would do that.
But he's a good right bastard now, and has been for some time. Since
Still
Gary
Ron. Still Ron. Still Ron.
Still Ron. Still shooting Inquisitor Ron. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, it had me going. I was like, oh, shit, Ron, okay. How are you getting out of this? But all right, was my question.
Right.
Yeah. And then it turns out that, like, no, actually, he's just trying to prove a point that the Imperial whoever is actually guarding the Figgoth sucks at their jobs, and the ghosts would be much better at it. We'll show you how, right, by smuggling in pieces of a gun over time and, like, doing all of this stuff and patiently showing up to break him out. And then as he's breaking him out, oh, actually, Chaos wants to kill him, because obviously they still do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how the book opens. And I was like, all right, Dan, you didn't have to trick me that hard. I'm just saying, you could have written it in a way that you don't specifically trick your audience into thinking that's what's happening.
Yeah, but he wanted to trick you.
I know, but I'm saying you could have tricked us by just having Ron go through the motions, not seeing into his head at all. Right?
Right.
He gets in there, he builds the gun, he goes in, and you're like, oh shit, that's what he's doing. And then when he shoots the manacle to free him and says, I'm here to prove that we can take better care of you, then I'm like, okay, that feels more fair. Because I'm making my own inferences at that point. But he lets us into Ron's head and tries making us think that he's there to kill the Fuggoth.
Well, a lot
which
of
is cheating.
A lot of stuff that, like, if you go back and reread that, he's saying, like, from his head, he's saying, like, this is our last chance to do this because we ship out tomorrow. All those statements are still true under the intent, like, under a different premise of I need to show up the people who are currently working here. Everything he's saying there is basically still true. It just has a different meaning that you're meant to infer.
Yeah, I know.
So I think Dan did what he set out to do, which is
He did what he set out to do, 100%.
Make you think
Agreed.
one thing, go back and read it again, and it'll still make sense. But because murder is a more likely scenario for a thing for, like, Ron to be doing.
Well, and did he need to smuggle a weapon into the prison to prove his point? Like a gun? Probably not.
How else do you do it? Like, if you can't get a gun into there, do you really? Evidently, the other guys are doing their job fine.
I know.
I don't
know.
I do like
A
that he
knife
takes.
would have done the job.
I like that he takes two knives. One his own, lets them take, and he gets, like, a receipt for. The other one he hides by, like, shimmying when he's being pat down, and then it's just a tiny little note in Ron's head where it's like, "Yeah, I've got Marin's knife. He's probably up on charges. Look, because he can't find it. It's great.
And then he has something that he lets them find because he's like,
Yeah,
most people doing this, if they find something, they're done. They're not going to keep looking after they find the thing they're looking for.
I think it's probably Marin's knife that they find. It's like strapped to his shin, and he's like, "Yeah, you guys can take that one. It's back up. It's fine. Have it."
Right. And there's one like inside his boot that's laced up his leg.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, that was cool. I did like that. Oh, can I say here, an important thing happens here where these assassins from the, I don't know, the Archon, who was pretending to be an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
There's face changing, right?
There's face
The
change.
whole point is that all of the assassins look like him.
Yeah. The circle.
Right?
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert for later in the book. Can I just say, could we set up some better security for what if they can face change and try to assassinate the Fogoth? Huh? Because, hey, guess what? An assassin shows up who can change his face, and they're like, Major Ron, why aren't you wearing your pin? That's weird. It's like, no, you fucking idiot. Like, someone have a thought that maybe there's a face-changing assassin on board who could do something. Like, no one has that thought at all until they see him change his face.
So, the circle, it is unknown if they change their face through surgery or cosmetic application, right?
Do not care. The concept should be foremost on their minds.
Okay, so in the real world, people can get plastic surgery to make themselves look like other people. Do you think every military outpost in the world needs to be like, we need to be worried because what if someone's had surgery to make them look like our commanding officer?
Yes. I guarantee if there's a high-value prisoner in some country that they're guarding, they do not go entirely by, oh, that looks like the guy who's coming to relieve me of my duty today. I won't check anything else.
They will have other things. They will have, you must scan a badge or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's, but I don't know. I just feel like being like, why aren't they all sitting there wondering if this person has shifted his face into being someone else?
Yeah,
I feel like that's a step too far.
Ron is in charge of this group. He just fought 3 face-shifted assassins. And at no point does he go, hey, I don't care if I come up to you. If I don't have this code word, if I don't have this piece of information, if I don't have something on my clothes, turn me away. I'm an imposter, and we'll figure it out later. He doesn't do that.
I'm not arguing that the Suicide Kings couldn't have had better security, like any actual protocol for like a code word challenge, literally anything. Because we see the guard having code word challenges when they're like fighting through an urban zone, and they're like, "Oh, it's someone. Yeah. What's the code word?" And it's like, it's Dersius or whatever, right?
Right.
So we see lots of that, but I feel like being hyper aware that like there could be someone changing the faces feels like we need to be on alert for all of the things a psycho could do. You know, it's just a big box of you got to be prepared for everything because the enemy could do anything.
Yeah, but specifically change their face to look like someone else.
Yeah, but you don't know how long that takes. You don't know what the setup for that is. Do they need to ingest a bit of Ron's DNA first? Nobody knows this.
Nobody knows, which is why you should be paranoid about it. Look, all I wanted was Ron to have a conversation with the Suicide Kings, being like, hey, like, I fought face changers before. Let's be careful about not just trusting face. And then guess what? Maybe when it actually goes down, they screw up, right? They forget. They don't do it right. But I just wanted Ron to be smart. I wanted him to learn from that experience and be like, just so you know, this is a possibility. We're not going to obsess about it, but it's a possibility. And then one of his underlings doesn't pay attention, and that's how it gets screwed up. But this way, it's just like they just get infiltrated hardcore by a guy who can change his face, and no one is ready for it under any circumstances at all. And it drives me crazy.
I feel like you must hate watching the X-Men because the X-Men always get duped by Mystique. But like they all know Magneto's got a friend who can change their body. Why aren't they instituting DNA checks at every door at this school? You know?
I do hate that. Yes. Oh, what? Shape-changing Mystique again? Oh no! Like, how could we have seen this coming? Dumbasses.
Okay, fine. Like,
Okay.
look, I don't know. I don't even think Ron, when he's in the prison, he fights shape changing people who can change their face, but are they? Because they're the circle, right? And they all look like that Inquisitor.
Yeah.
But it's not that they can change
Yes.
whoever they want to be whenever, just if they
I
see them. Like,
I know. We've been over this. I know.
so
You made this point.
I just feel like it's a different thing. It's like
It
no,
is.
So okay, you just want them to do a thing that has no relevance to the actual experience that
No.
Ron had, right?
I just want Ron to be aware that, hey, people can change their face in the world we live in. And if I'm going to be the tip top, best possible security in the entire fething sector, we can do this better than anyone else. We're the fucking Suicide Kings. I just want a conversation about it. Just one. Don't trust faces, okay? All right. Great. The end. That's my point.
Do we need that conversation? Like, there's a lot of there's a lot that happens that happens like off page, basically.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they had it.
Maybe they
Maybe
had
they
it.
had it.
Maybe they had it because, again, he like the guy does note that Ron isn't wearing this pin. Like, he's like, "Hey, you're not doing."
Yes.
He does notice that this isn't Ron. He's like, "Oh, you're not the boss," and then can't nearly
No, that's
loses
not
his.
what he says. That's
That's
not what he
It's
says.
not what he says. But can't nearly loses his head. But the Vegas doesn't die. The plan worked. Am I wrong?
The Fegoth didn't die. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. They should have had a one. There's a scene where like they're pulling like a lottery dip or a lucky dip to see who gets the first shift, right? And everyone else gets Sakura. They only get water. There could have been a small briefing there about like code word is Dersius for the first shift. It'll change every day. If this code isn't issued, do not open the outer door, let alone the inner door or the cell door.
And it doesn't matter who it is. If it's Gaunt himself,
Well,
no.
well, maybe if it's Gaunt, because they're commissariatly attached, like they're S Company, which is security for the commissariat. Gaunt is still a commissar. He's technically still in that chain of command. If like you think like this squad now works for this group over here, but Gaunt works for both. So I don't know. Gaunt might be the exception there, but like only Hawk, Lud, and man, I feel like there's a non-inconsequential amount of the named characters in these books are now just suddenly commissars. There's like 6 of them. It's too many.
Yep. Too many. Agreed.
One of them dies very quickly, so that's neat.
Help.
There's another one that gets introduced who is a incredibly anal attentive woman who doesn't like her food to touch on her plates because it's messy. So she's...
Right, classic.
Yep, it's great. She's also super punctual and all that stuff. Then you still have Lud and Hawk and Bleno and then Gaunt himself.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so many.
So many.
And guess there's still some kind of scam being run in the ghosts. And none of the 7 commissars have any wind of it happening. It's amazing.
Yeah, because they're defrauding the Munitorum, so I guess the commissars aren't like involved in paycheck relations, you know?
I guess not.
I guess not, which, yeah.
That's a great point. Because I was like, nobody caught wind of this. Nobody. And then you're like, they have 7 commissars in this. in this platoon. I'm like, that's an excellent point.
Point.
Nobody caught wind of this.
Well, that's the interesting thing. Like, one of the reasons that they've brought in new commissars is because like Blenner is going to take control of like the new people. Hawk now very much specializes with the Tanith part and the Vergastat part of the regiment. Ludd is he still a junior officer? I don't know. I feel like they didn't say junior Commissar Ludd in this a lot. I think they just said Commissar Ludd, especially when
Yeah,
especially when he was giving Space Marines a stern talking to, which was nice.
that was nice.
Um, yeah, I like who is the commissar attached to Marin's group, you know?
Right. Yeah. And
Oh,
it's, again, we're worried about Marin. Everybody knows Marin is bad news.
right.
And he's running a literal scam. And everyone's like, what? That's happening? Weird.
Weird. Uh, maybe Marin's just able to use his influence as a captain to like keep a wraps on it. Like we do see Costin getting Elodie to sign papers for the scam and being told, "Oh, it's just shift boarding standard fare. Just don't even think
Yeah.
about it." So they're
Right.
obviously using their position at like, we're on paperwork detail. Let's get people to sign shit for us as well while they're at it. Just at the bottom of every page, if you please.
Right.
So it's not entirely infeasible that a scam manages to stay hidden. Do we want to talk about the
Except
scam?
that Marin is running it, and everybody knows Marin sucks.
Sure, but everyone thinks he just, is bored or maybe like a little bit of, it's grey
Wants to
market
kill John's
stuff.
kid, stuff like that. Uh-huh.
Well, nobody really knows how deep the well goes, Everyone thinks he's still
Right.
waters or whatever. Or running waters. Still waters are the ones that run deep. Uh,
Right.
yeah.
Right,
Sure,
right.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
analogy makes sense. Don't
Uh-huh.
don't play it back for me.
I will not.
So let's talk about the scam, because
Yeah.
they spend a lot of time setting up that Elodie is like, I'm not married to Captain
Dower.
Dower. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's asking other people like, what are the reasons a Lasman gets married? And
Well, because she finds marriage
papers,
papers in Dower's stuff that hasn't been signed, and he hasn't shown them to her.
right, but at the
So
same
he was
time,
like, I thought we were good. So why does he have these if he's not talking to me about them? What happened? Yeah.
right at the same time that a woman from Dower's past shows up who is incredibly attractive, a Vergastite officer who knows him, and he's like, Elodie suddenly becomes intensely jealous that maybe this old flame of Dower's, he's going to propose to her instead. Ha ha.
That was a lame storyline, but yes, they did that.
I thought it was fine. It's just it's a very human story. Like just a woman gets jealous, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Not really the most important thing that we're thinking about at the moment, you know.
No, it's not. Well, yeah. Well, it's basically she's just trying to come up with a reason why Dower would get marriage papers for her and not tell her about them. And she can't come up with a possible reason, so she's like, "I saw him with a woman. That's the reason." And it's like, "All right, Elodie, calm down."
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
we needed a civilian story in this very war novel, and that's it. Yeah, so it turns out that if you get married, you are entitled to a gratuity benefit if your spouse dies in the service of the guard.
Right.
A few crowns a year, not a lot, some people say, but it's better than nothing. And it turns out that Dee Dee Gendler, who's a new character, another Vergastite, but this guy's noble, who resents Gaunt for giving him the opportunity to join the guard. Which he took of his own free will.
Right.
Yeah, and Marin's band of merry men, like Costin, have all been running this scam where they get people to sign paperwork saying that they're married to someone who died
Right.
and are claiming tiny amounts of money, but over hundreds of people.
Adds up.
It adds up. And that's the scam.
Yep.
I think the hard hitting part of this game, the part where it actually really becomes interesting, is there's two bits. One is
Mm.
Ron saying, "I thought of that idea. I didn't do it, but I thought about it." Right? Eh,
Talked about it all the time with Marin. It was a running joke, and it's like Ron, you absolute moron.
right.
Yeah.
But he tells that to Gaunt. He's just straight up about it. Like, yeah, I considered doing a scam like that, but we wouldn't do it because we're not, across the morality of Vent Horizon like Marin is.
Sure, Ron.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
And the second thing is the bit that really, really gives it bite is Gaunt reading the paper about who, like a list of people who are being defrauded, and one of them is Doc
Well, and
Dorton
it's
and
yeah.
his wife from back on Tanith.
And again, why that matters is because one of the guys involved is Costin, who got busted down for drinking on duty and got a bunch of his squad killed. And Gaunt was going to haul off and shoot him in the face. And Dorton was like, no, that's not how we do things with the ghosts. You can't just kill this man for this.
Yeah.
Spare him and he'll turn into a better person. And so after a huge standoff that took a long time, Gaunt was like, all right, man, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for Dorton. And then for Costin to turn around and be part of a scheme that's defrauding in the name of Dorton's dead wife is amazing. It's so good.
It's so
because because at that point you're like, I kind of feel bad for Costin. He kind of gets bullied by the other people, and maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. And you're like, nope, he needs to die. That's it. That's where you go when you hear that piece of information. It's fantastic.
And the book opens after Ron's little escapade with Elodie walking through the market, and she bumps into a couple people, and you get a little bit of their perspectives. But one of the people that she bumps into is Costin, who's buying Amasek, like really nice stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I wouldn't touch the stuff. It's not for me. It was for a gift." And obviously he's
super nervous about it.
He's worried because last time we saw Costin was when Gaunt saved him and said, "Don't ever touch another drink. If I ever hear of you touching a drink, that's it."
Which he's openly drinking, like in public spaces. I don't know how Gaunt didn't figure this out.
So
anyway,
that's apparently something that I don't know. Nobody bothered to tell Gaunt that this guy is drinking again, or maybe Gaunt has just Gaunt has mellowed at this point and just been like, I was overly harsh in the moment, right? I'll cut this guy some slack. He's drinking Sakura at public events and off duty only, nothing on duty. He's okay, fine. But Costin's physical appearance is characterized by being like belt red all the time because he drinks quantity, not quality. And here he is buying high-end Sakura, Amasek. And it's like, oh my god, you scumbag. We saw you buying alcohol with ill-gotten gains.
Yep. Amazing stuff. Yeah, it's really good. Again, chaos and all that stuff, it doesn't really matter. It's all about the personal stuff going on in the ghosts this time around.
All about that stuff. And it double hits you in, like, it's 2 punches to the kidneys because also Dorton is dying.
Should have been dead like 4 months ago.
Yeah. He has outlived every prognosis he's ever had. He credits his longevity to praying with Zweil. And like
goes to every one of his little convocations every day.
And there are several times where Dorton takes a fall and he even ends up dead for 4 minutes, and you're like, oh my god, is this it? Is Dorton dying? Is this character who's been around since the first book, is this really his last moment on the page? And turns out
original Tanith members,
turns out it's not immediately. But by the time that the actual mission goes on, he ends up with Mert, who finally somebody recommended he just take some drugs for his jaw. That'll fix all his problems.
It's muscle relaxant. It's nothing fancy.
So I think a part of Venom Blenner's bit where he gets given real pills and gets Anna to identify them is, I think Dan saying none of the Medicaid members would have been comfortable giving Mert a prescription for muscle relaxants or any kind of like sedatives to try this method. maybe that's just kind of something I've noticed when I was listening to it after our conversation.
Yeah, but
'Cause
like, hey, this guy's entire sense of worth has been shattered into a billion pieces, and he's gonna kill himself. But
well,
let him use muscle relaxant every once in a while would sure be a bad thing.
but he hasn't killed himself even in 7 years, so I don't think that
True.
makes sense. And they already talking about how the ghosts have a mild sedative problem, like a grey market for pills already. They don't want to give
Yeah.
it to someone who's maybe disgruntled and might be like selling them to other people.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a justification for why it takes a space marine forcibly stabbing him in the neck with a syringe the size of a space marine's finger.
I know, but again, I just want the conversation.
I
I
want
just
the
want somebody to
yep.
be like, you know what might work? I've looked at this over the last 7 years and figured it out. This is your problem.
Yeah.
There's a tick that happens, and if we could get some muscle relaxant, it'd fix your problem. But we don't want to give out muscle relaxant. It's too dangerous. Oh well.
It
That's
could
it.
it could
I
be some,
want to have that conversation. Nobody has that conversation. Everyone's like, boy, Mert sure can't shoot still after 7 years. Lark's like, I don't know what your problem is, man.
well,
So annoying. And then this one space marine looks at him once and goes, I know how to fix this. Done.
okay. Two things. Maybe there's
Okay.
no conversation because Mert wasn't willing to have that conversation. He wasn't willing to open up to anyone because when do we see Mert? We see Mert when he's on rip and he's not making friends with anyone, and when he's alone in a barn shooting at bottles, but there's a lot of scorch mark behind the bottles.
Missing terribly
Missing
all
terrible.
the time and being
So-
very sad.
So maybe
Yes.
the reason there's no conversation for this is Mert. He's been too anxious of like going to someone else and being like, what can we do about this? He's like, I have to fix this myself because I have to earn the lanyard. You know?
I know, but he's like Larkin. At this point in this book is like, let's sit down and fix this, man. We can do this. You think this is the first time in 7 years Larkin's like, all right, Mert, we got to look at this, man.
Yeah, I feel like
Right?
Larkin suddenly being Mert's friend is a total retcon. Larkin even kind of says it in this book where it's just like, well, based on the mission details, we need more sharpshooters. And so he's like, I'm pulling up the bottom of the barrel. It's nice that Mert eventually was given a friend, you know?
Yeah.
At least. But it doesn't matter because he's dead.
Right. They fixed him and then they killed him.
Right.
Fair enough.
And they killed him in a last stand moment with Dorden. Because Dorden, who was like, you can't go out without a Medicaid hawk.
Yeah.
I'm the only one here. Let me shuffle my weary bones and try to help. And he's just every moment with Dorden where he is running out of breath, where his hands are going numb. It's so heartbreaking.
It is. But number one, something that always happens in Gaunt's Ghost is people die without fanfare. Right? Like they're named characters we've spent time with. We know things about them. Bam, head blown off. Bam, stabbed in the back by Ku. Bam, gone, right?
Right.
Dorden's death is so incredibly prepared for in this book. There are conversations upon conversations. He talks about how ready he is to die and how he wants to die doing his duty as he vowed back on Tanith. And like almost he does die for 4 minutes once and then he gets back up. Like the amount of preparation we get for this man's death is insane in this series. Because again, the ghost deaths are in the Warhammer universe. Very abrupt, very quick, very matter of fact, even compared to the rest of the books in this world.
Yeah.
So for Dorden to be like all the way down here at the most prepared part of the scale anyone has ever been to die in all of Warhammer is an insane amount of whiplash. I enjoyed it, but my goodness.
I wonder if Dan was trying to set up a double bluff where it's like we'll go through how much Dorden is alive, and then at the end he'll live. But then Rogue pulls that to like double whiplash you. It's it's great.
He's like, I've written a lot of these books. Let's do something crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But seriously, Dordan's like, all right, last stand, buddy. We got this. We got this. And you're like, you know what? Good for you, Dordan. You went out on your own terms like you said you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. You were helping people to the end. That's what you're all about. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You're already like 5 months past your expiration date. Like, we're good.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's great. And then Mert's final act is missing, which I think is that's a good literary touch, right? They're like, we fixed him. He can shoot again, but his final shot, his muscle relaxant is worn off. He can't shoot anymore. So he takes a shot at the oncoming horde, misses all of them, and then it's like an explosive red barrel in the back, and everybody dies.
Not only,
it's great. It's such a good moment.
Not only does he miss all the people, he even like he's aiming for like a primer cap on like a dug up landmine or something, and he misses that as well by like a little bit, and just hits this like fuel tank or something that somebody scratched a marking on, and it doesn't even like it's what are the words? Dan doesn't go through the details of being like, and then there's an explosion and a fireball and they all die, blah 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 blah. It's just, and there's a spark. Hard cut somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
That this last stand isn't a moment that's going to get dragged out. It's just he shoots, he misses. Oh, isn't that sweet? There's a spark.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. There were good moments in this book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
I like that Gaunt gets into a sexual relationship with the bodyguard of his son we haven't talked about yet.
Right. We've gone this entire time without mentioning that Gaunt has a son.
Yeah. So he's in a relationship on
Vergast.
Vergaheiv?
Vergast and Vervenhive. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
At the end of the third book, which is Necropolis, he gets into a relationship with a noble lady of House Chass, Lady Meredith Chass, I believe her name is.
Right.
And then you don't hear about her for 10 books. Turns out the Emperor protects, but Gaunt doesn't.
He has a son who looks like he's about 14, but it's only been like 3 or 4 years, but he's been age enhanced.
Right.
So much that he's like a decade older than he should be.
So he's 11 actual, but looks 17 effective, because it is it is commonplace that in Vervenhive that the nobles would gene enhance and accelerate the aging of their progeny for reasons. Probably because Dan wanted him to be old enough to serve as a guardsman for this book.
100% what happened. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So Gaunt says, okay, if you want to join the guard, you can. Let's get your enlistment papers, but I'll give you no special favors beyond that you get to keep your life ward. Which is
a massive special favor.
A massive special favor, but in hindsight, it might be just because he wants to bang her. Right.
Which, hilariously, at the end of the book, it's like, yeah, I was like genetically enhanced and changed to look like his mother.
Right.
So, like, that's why you're into me so much. And I was like, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny. Because you're like, why is he like, I get that she's supposed to be hot, but he's like immediately into this. Like, oh, okay. This reminds me of an ex he once had. That makes sense.
Why didn't Gaunt, having just met his son and his life ward, be like, hey, just so you know, even the people in Vervenhive can make people look like other people, Ron. You should maybe prepare for that.
Exactly. Yet another reason. So yeah, Gaunt's honestly maybe having the best time. Like, does Gaunt have a hard day in this book?
So
he loses a bunch of men, but like he's got a new girlfriend. He's got a son. He finds himself worried about his son, which is concerning for him. But like, I don't know. doesn't really fight with anybody. He's kind of pissed off at Costin, but like
He
it's
definitely. Oh, you mean like metaphorically fight, not literally gets into a scrap, because he does.
right,
Um,
right.
yeah, I mean, he's having a pretty backseat character kind of book
Yeah.
where
Well,
there's
just compared to getting captured and murdered and
right,
tortured
right,
both
right,
half
right.
to
He's
death.
having a chill time.
Does he even get shot? I don't think he even gets grazed in this
I
book.
don't think he does. He's full on hero
Yeah,
of the Imperium in this one. Nothing bad
he
could ever happen
really
to him.
is.
Um,
No.
yeah. So I think his son's a really interesting character. He wants to fit
Mm.
in. He doesn't want to be given any special favors. But the Life Ward immediately goes to. He has put in Merrin's squad, just as about how much Gaunt trusts Merrin. Well, I think it's more that he's like, yeah, Darlin's about his age. Yeah, stick him with
They could be
Darlin.
friends. Yeah.
And Darlin happens to be Merrin's adjutant.
Right. And Dolan understands the concept of not wanting special treatment based on who your
Yeah.
dad is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But Merrin immediately takes this as a slight because he's Merrin,
Right.
which is so Merrin is like talking to Dee Gendler, this Vervenhive nobility who hates Gaunt for like not protecting his house specifically during the war, and that's why he lost all of his stuff. And like instead of being poor on Vergast, he decided to sign up with the guard. He's talking to Dee Gendler about how Gaunt said no special favors for the kid, but he just made that my problem. Now, if I don't give him a private quarters, even though he's just a basic guardsman at this point, obviously I'm going to get all the shit details, right, DG? Do you think that's actually true? Like, do you think Gaunt would be like, no, he should just be in the barracks with everyone else? Why did you give him a private quarter? Like, is Merrin actually feeling that Gaunt would single him out if he doesn't give his son special treatment? Or is he just playing it up to control Dee Gendler?
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
That's
I
probably
think Gaunt understands the Life Ward is calling a ton of the shots here, and there's not a lot he can do about it.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I think Gaunt's on board with the fact that the Life Ward is requiring certain things that are going to set the kid apart, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoy the bit where there's like they get ambushed in the warp. And there's like a big ship battle. Like Dan really liked writing a Navy engagement basically for this book, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was fine.
That's good. I liked it.
But
I found it interesting that he characterizes the chaos vessels as basically being animals.
yeah,
That there isn't really any human intellect behind them. They don't use tactics like Navy shipmen do. They're not coordinating. It's just like hunting a predator in the woods. This is how you deal with these things.
yeah, and like they're calling out their own names at all times.
Yeah.
Tolmageddon, Monstrum, Rex, which we'll come back to that name in a minute. But I will say I do not like the voice he does for both the Space Marines and the ships. It's all and like all the Space Marines are either exactly the same or just super weird. I am a White Scar, and I think you're a terrible shot. It's pathetic, man. You're a pathetic shot.
A whispery Space Marine? Disagree.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It can be rough. Yeah, I really enjoy the bit where Gaunt is like on the bridge and then like, oh, we're in a fight, and he's like, I gotta go find my son. And he turns up, finds his son, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Get to the Fething bunker. Of course you can't see anything. They're miles away.
And then he's even like, what am I doing here? Why is my priority my son as the commissar, commander of the ghosts? Like, what is going on here? Yeah, he's put out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And the captain of the ship basically says like, my my belief that we shouldn't try to treat chaos vessels as helmed
Mm,
by intelligent humans and instead of treating them as wild animals is part of the reason that I'm on this mission in the first place. I've been put
right.
out to pasture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get I'm not going to get a command post anywhere
Right.
because people think I'm crazy because I think this is how we should fight chaos
Mm-hmm.
warships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, Dan's like, he's right. The way he writes the battle is, yeah,
Right.
he's right. Yeah, they are, they are individual beings of chaos.
Right. So Tormageddon Monstrum Rex might be an entirely demon possessed ship. Like it might just be a
Mm-hmm.
demon. I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
much you remember the Horus Heresy, but there is a character called Tormageddon.
Yeah, that was familiar.
So there's originally a character called Torgaradon, I think his name is, and like his soul gets he was like a lunar wolf and he dies and a word bearer shoves his soul into like another guy's soul, a body, and makes an abomination, right?
Right.
Who eventually is called Tormageddon. That's the very technical way a demon is made. So it's not confirmed, but maybe here's my headcanon. That guy, that demon, after 10,000 years of hanging out in the warp, eventually became a warship, like it possessed a ship.
Right.
And
Just
so,
ran across one day.
yeah, or got stuffed inside one less than consently,
Yeah. Yep.
Um, so I really like that idea that this is actually like a tiny little cheeky throwback to the Horus Heresy, which also maybe this book came out before those ones, and the Horus Heresy is a cheeky throwback to this. I would have to look at the dates of the books with those. Yeah. So the idea that this guy really believes that the Chaos ships are animals is great, but that's his experience. We know for sure that some ships are piloted like people, you know?
Right. Yes. Correct.
So I don't really know how to feel about him being like, I'm here because of my belief that we should be treating the enemy one way, and that's just not in vogue at the moment. Like,
Yeah, because that's not a nuance enough take. There are different types of chaos ships.
yeah,
Certainly.
yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But I will
Although
say,
he does seem to specifically say that the Navy has lost battles because they insisted on treating some animal ships as crude ships, and that was
right,
dumb.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Tormod Monstrum Rex is the only ship, the Chaos ship that survives the engagements. And while their plan is to plant a false flag to make this look like the Blood Pact, the book does end with Tormageddon Monstrum Rex being like, it sees, it knows, it theoretically has people on it who see that they're a guardsman. Also,
Yeah.
Merrin leaves a Costin on Salvation's Reach. So I'm like,
And a few other guardsmen.
there's a bunch of dead guardsmen there. How much of a false flag attack could you make this look like if there are dead guardsmen there?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that was just, it was a hope. It's like maybe we can pull it off. We'll broadcast some stuff that makes it sound like it's Blood Pact and hope people hear it. But like, yeah, come on.
Come on.
The Sons of Sek who were fighting the ghosts saw who they were shooting at. Like, yeah, there's just no way. There's no way that it was ever going to work in the first place. I appreciate the attempt, though.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
part of the book ends with them being like, oh, maybe the Tormageddon Monstrum Rex didn't attack because they wanted to sell the idea that the Faeguth really has changed, but he's actually now just like bought credibility. That's why it didn't attack our ship. Like, it could have killed us and didn't. Maybe it's because it's keeping an asset we have, maybe it's the Faeguth,
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
No, I think you're about right with that.
Okay. So you think it was sparing them to protect the Faeguth?
I can't think of what else it is. The book's like, it could be that, could be something else. And I'm like, but
What?
What?
But
Like,
what?
what? I couldn't think of anything.
Right. I
I
mean,
tried. just like sat down and I was like, what could it be? And I'm like, nah.
It's there to protect Marin.
Right.
Um, yeah, so I don't know. I'm I'm worried because I do know the next book. I think they're like, oh, false flag attack was successful.
Oh boy.
So I'm trying to
Somehow.
like, while
Yeah.
this book's fresh in my head, work out like, what about the bodies? Was there maybe just a raid at the same time, but they managed to detonate enough? Like they assume the Imperium wouldn't ever take all of this profane learning that they've done here.
Mm-mm.
So, or
Mm.
like, well, the Imperial Guard might have been here, and they did that frontal assault business over there. This other breach might have been the Blood Pact.
Right. Right.
Could it effectively look
Possible.
like that?
Yeah, I guess. We'll see what they do.
Yeah.
I did think though, when they showed up and they're like, "All right, guys, collect all of the heretical writings and put them in boxes. We're taking them home."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who did we pass this off with? Like, who in the Imperium was like, "Great idea, let's do this"? Like, did they tell the people in charge, or are they like, "We're going there just to like blow stuff up and wreck shit"?
Well, they had
And then
the
secretly, they're like, "We're gonna get some books while we're there," you know?
well, they had Lord Zybon there, who's like this Lord Militant,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
I really liked when he was like on his way to meet with the Space Marines for the first time, and they're explaining the politics of the Space Marines, being like, Space Marines only care if you're able to get their attention, and Gaunt got their attention, and he sent the letter, and it was co-signed by the Lord Militant, and so the Lord Militant needs to be there, even if it's just for them to ignore him.
entirely. Yeah.
Yeah. Thought it was a great little bit of Space Marines don't care about politics, but they do, you know, even if their politics
Yeah.
are just belittling.
Right. We know. We know how they work.
We know how
Spent
they
a lot of time with Space Marines. Yeah. Okay. So somehow they were able to convince some higher ups that we're having an entirely new take on dealing with heretical books now.
Yeah, and let's let the guy from Garyon go do it. Yeah.
At the behest of this traitor from the Blood Pact.
Yeah.
Like, none of this makes any sense at all.
Okay, so they're putting all their eggs in one basket because if it fails, at least it solves all their problems at the same time. I guess that's the logic there. Like, okay, if Gaunt dies doing this, it's fine because he might have been a traitor anyway. Problem solved. And if it works, hell yeah.
Fair. Fair enough.
Yeah.
They basically treat it like a suicide mission from day one anyway.
It's true.
Yeah.
Jacob Wilder. So we get a bunch of reinforcements that come along with the ghosts. Jacob Wilder is a Belladon detachment come to reinforce his brother's platoon. They're finally caught up, and his brother's dead. And
Yeah.
Gaunt's in charge again. And everyone's making fun of them for being a band.
Yes, they are. For possibly good reasons.
Possibly good
Yeah.
reasons. Gaunt continues to try to find ways to, like, maybe we could just, like, leave their instruments in transit. You know, maybe there's just not enough space on the ship.
This is just an accident. They don't have to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a formal dinner, Jacob tries to take a swing at Gaunt. Blenner does the most heroic thing he's done in his entire life by blocking a punch moderately effectively. Like, even Gaunt's like, wow, he moved surprisingly quick. What's up with that? And then has the funniest in-universe line, which is, you might want to rethink that before you make this your first and only day on the job.
Oh, Blenner, you scoundrel. You scamp.
What a pun.
Yeah, and then this guy's like, instead of, rethinking his decision to hate Gaunt immediately, it's like, I will continue to hate Gaunt with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Well, that's the thing.
Awesome choice, man.
He immediately falls in with Marin. Yeah.
And Costin and all the people that hate Gaunt. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like he's in a bad place, but it'll get better. He definitely won't try to be a provider of pills to Blenner. Uh, uh, and Blenner definitely won't start taking them. No, he'll know
Right.
better. Um, I feel.
And the whole blender of this whole book is really interesting.
Mhm. What are your thoughts?
Well, what were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say Blenner. The audio narration for Blenner really puts on that he is an overly charming dude. Like he is really trying to be like, "Oh, madam, can I just say how fine you look tonight if it's not over the line?" And Anna's just like, "Yes, it's over the line. Do not say that." But like the
Also,
moment,
do not use my first name.
right?
Yeah.
But like he does that with Elodie when he bumps into her at
Yeah.
the haberdashery or whatever.
He's a cad. He's
Yeah.
100%.
And then he immediately turns back and like the voice narration goes, "Oh, Elodie, goodbye," and it's like, and then in his head it's like, watching her go was worth it. And then he turns back and now where's my coat? Damn you! He's just like
Yeah.
instant dick, instant dislike of this guy,
Yeah.
because he's just kind of seedy. But at the same time, I can't tell if he just thinks he's being friendly. Like he wants to be this upstanding, genteel kind of guy who's like, "Oh, madam, you look so lovely today." Kiss his hands, and everything is above board because it's just 17th century nobility in Britain or whatever. you know,
Right. Right.
if he thinks that he's just being a guy,
I kind of feel like it is. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, because then there's the moment where like he goes to Dorton and he's like, "I am a huge coward. Can you give me something for my nerves?" And Dorton's like, "Sure, man. Here are some drugs. Take them whenever you want." And he's like, "Awesome."
He takes one
And
immediately, and he's
then
like, "Wow, I can really feel this kicking in already.
yeah,
It's so quick." And then he immediately demolishes like a pack of 30 over like a day and a half, and he's like, "Oh god, I'm blowing through these pretty quickly, Dorton." And
and then Costin shows up and he's like, "Hey, man, you might want these pills. I heard from a little birdie you might want these pills." And he's like, "You know what? I do." And I was like, I was 100% ready for Blenner to be like, "Awesome, let me take these
all right,
contraband pills. It's this is what I need, and I'm a selfish asshole."
yeah,
No, he goes immediately to the Medicaid and he's like, someone gave me these and I think they're illicit. Could you check them out, please?" And I'm like, what the upstanding decision was that from you, Blenner?
well,
Yeah.
here's
And then
the
from there, it's like, I am wrong about this guy.
right, because he's still like an adult who knows that just taking a bunch of pills is probably a bad idea. And like these ones have been prescribed, and he has probably kind of put it together at this point internally that they're placebo, right? So he definitely
I
has
guess.
later. Like maybe at the very least.
Yeah.
I do like when Dee Dee is asking Jacob Wilder, like, "Hey, do you think maybe you could work on Blenner, find out if he's got any weaknesses?" And he goes, "Huh, he did like try to hide taking a pill from me. If it was on the up and up, he wouldn't have done that."
Right.
And it's like, yeah, Blenner, you've got a prescription. Just take them, like in front of people. There's 4 or 5
Well,
times where
it's
he's like,
shame.
"It's shame, it's shame, it's totally shame,"
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I can relate, but like, you don't have to.
Hmm.
Your entire thing is about image. If you just like, I don't know, there's a bunch of times where Gaunt has like, "Make sure you give me my needle in front of the men so men know that they can take the medication that the doctors give them," and Blenner's like, "I have to hide this. I have to pretend to cough 4 times a conversation to swallow these pills because I get
Because he's
scared by
taking them
everything."
because he's a coward.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
His whole job as a commissar kind of hinges on the idea that you're not a massive coward.
yeah. Well,
Like if
Kane,
but nobody thinks he's a coward. That's
right?
the point.
But he
Image.
he thinks he's a coward. Kane thinks
I
he's a
know.
coward.
Yes, sorry. The entire job hinges on other people not knowing if you're a massive coward or not.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why he's hiding it. It makes sense.
Yeah. It makes
Yeah.
sense, but I just feel like at some points in the book he's giving a thought to things where he's like, "I can be circumspect, Anna. Like if you told me not to tell Gaunt about Dawn having a fall, and I didn't. Like, there are
Yeah.
times where he's thinking about things, or he's even thinking about, like, when he's protecting the Belladons on their first day from a surprise snap inspection
Yeah.
because Jacob's been severely hungover and has vomited all over his office. And it's like, okay, yes, he wants to get in good with the people that he's protecting because they will shoot him in the back, right? That is a thing
Right.
that happens through commissars. That's a good bit of
Yeah.
commissaring. Maybe
And
doesn't.
he's smart enough to know how to do it. It's one thing to recognize that you need to get in good with the people you're commissaring. It's another thing to know how to do it, and he
Right.
knows how to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I just it can come across a bit mixed at times, but I think really Blenner is an intelligent guy, and Dan has successfully written an intelligent character who can make mistakes and does make mistakes and is rapidly like plummeting to rock bottom because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like kind of, if you've ever seen this opinion online where someone's like, that would never happen to me. I'm smart enough to know better. I would just say no or whatever, right? Or I'd
Right.
never fall for that scam, and that's why I didn't.
I'm too smart.
I didn't invest in this porn star's crypto scheme, you know.
Right.
And that's why I still have a life savings account. But like Blenner is that guy, you know.
Right. Right.
He, I think it's great. I think I really enjoy it, even if it is a little swingy back and forthy. But within context, I think it works.
Yeah. No, I think it totally works. He comes across as human. I think he really does.
He really does.
Like, he is competent sometimes, and he doesn't know what the hell he's doing other times, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's Blenner.
Blenner.
He's a dude.
Yeah. I
And then Kurth goes from like, "Don't use my first name, you're disgusting," to like, maybe there's something here at the end of the book, and I'm like, Anna, honestly,
Anna's just rebounding hard off Gaunt.
yes,
It's pretty.
Wow.
It's a bit sad. I feel a bit
off of a non-existent relationship with
yeah.
Gaunt.
If she should have just said something years ago.
She should have said something. He would have gone for it.
He-
Gaunt would have been down for it. Gaunt is down for this kind of thing. Gaunt is a regular human man. He has
Feelings.
yes, he's
Yeah.
down with it. Yeah.
I just imagine like if there's a world where she has something on Gary onto him by the end, right, and they have a little relationship, and
Yeah.
there's a version of this book where Felix turns up and Gaunt already has a son, you know.
That would have been complicated.
That would
Yeah.
have been complicated. But yeah, so Anna is distraught at having found Gaunt in bed with another woman, even though they weren't in a relationship. And she's like, I waited too
And
long.
Yep.
And
And she's sad that Dordan's dying and dead,
Yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
just not in a great place.
no. And she just is like, Blenner, call me Anna and bring the Sakura. And it's implied they banged, but it's not explicit.
100%. And Blenner's like, the Blenner charms work again.
There's a great a bit in the book where Anna's like, you're so persistent. One of these days, I'm just gonna, like, you're gonna have worn me down. I'm just gonna say yes because I don't know what else to say. And he's like, oh, really? Is that enough? I didn't realize that would work. That's one of those times where I think that he just thinks it's good old boy charm or whatever, right? Like, this is just what high society is like. He's like, oh,
Yep.
I thought I was just being polite to a noble, like a nobleman. But you're telling me this works.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this book is funny. Again, people die in horrible ways. There's murder all the time, and it is also funny at times.
Yeah, funny, and Dan will put children in harm's way with Yonsei.
Certainly, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she gets... Marin has another... Captain of Gondor has a chance to prove his qualities and does not. By not taking a shot from the side. What a freaking coward.
Well, and people... Okay. Has he been a coward the whole time? Is this a new development? Because I feel like this would have come up sooner if he's just been a giant chicken.
So, kind of. There's a part in one of the other books where he's like, clearly has fear in his eyes. But like
Yeah.
being a guardsman
Yes.
doesn't
I
mean you
remember.
aren't ever afraid. But he
Yeah.
surely has killed people already, right? Like he's been, in theory,
So why
everywhere
does he
that.
freeze up here? He's shooting at a guy who's not even looking at him. Like, what are we worried about, Marin?
I don't know. That
It feels like a moment written just to make him more of a scumbag than he already is.
sure, sure.
Like, that's the entire point. It
Hmm.
doesn't really make sense, I don't think.
No.
Like, if he's staring down the assassin and the assassin has a gun on him, it's like, Marin, you didn't take the shot, you fucking coward. It's like, no, I get that. I
Well,
understand that.
I mean, maybe Marin's just like his mind is so preoccupied on the fact that all of his paperwork has been scattered, and it's like I have to make sure I pick up all of these, otherwise someone might find out my scam. Um,
He's just preoccupied.
yeah,
That's
or
all it is.
maybe he's a much worse shot than everyone thinks, or or his blast pistol's
Maybe.
broken. He doesn't want to draw it because people will find out and put him up on a charge. Uh, who knows? It's weird.
Possibly.
It's weird. But like
It's weird.
we get a great scene where everyone wants to fight him and Tone is like going feral on him, and then Goal's like, "Oh, I only pulled her out of the way," and he's like, "Huh?"
Well, no. Marin, the absolute feth wipe, is like, he's like attacking Gaul's manhood. Like, you didn't attack me. It was all her. Like, why didn't you do anything? And then he's like, excuse me, Tona. Wham! Just punches him right in the face.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh, man.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Yonsei and Darlin, there's a tiny little
Yeah.
bit where people from Vergast have shown up, much like Dower's former friend from the PDF, and one of them like is like, "Oh, I was neighbors with Gull and his wife. They had 2 boys, but I must be mistaken because obviously I haven't seen them in 15 years."
Right.
Tiny little thing. Maybe take note of it.
Uh-huh. Certainly did. I was like, wait a second. What is happening here?
Right. This is a weird mistake for someone to make. If it wasn't important, Dan, I'm writing this down in my notebook of clues.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So pin that in your brain somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that it for the main book?
Yeah. Did you read the short stories?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
because
did.
I was gonna say let's make the next week just those short stories, because all 4 of them combined are a little bit shorter than like one of these 2 books. So,
Okay,
but
that's fine.
yeah, so you can have a buy. You can reread them if you want. It's
Okay.
up to take notes, diligent notes. Do you have any highlights that you wanted to check and go through and like
From the short stories?
oh, just from the book, from the book.
Oh, from the
Normally
book.
we pull up anything that you've highlighted. Do you have any of those?
Right. I'm pretty sure that I do. I think we covered a bunch of them, though. You usually do that.
Mm-hmm.
Annotations. Oh, yeah. Larkin. I just like this moment after he just spent like the last 4 hours very carefully and precisely shooting triggers on tripwire bombs that could kill everybody immediately.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up and to the place where all the Sons of Sek are, and like moving shot, it says 43 meters, target moving into partial concealment, and Larkin just takes him out.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Who says I'm
tired."
tired?" He mutters. Good
good.
man, Larkin.
It's good. It's good. I like Larkin.
I like this moment too when Kolea thinks that one of his friends has been killed, so he makes like
Right.
a crazy suicide charge of the Sons of Sek.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this from Abnett. Yeah, he rejoins it hard. He goes, some versions of the story, later ones, insisted that not a single ghost who took part in that gloriously foolish and improvised charge, Kolea's charge, fell or took so much as a scratch. This was not true. Plenty died or were maimed. The Sons of Sek were not so astonished that they forgot to keep shooting. The charge almost 40 dead or injured on the depot floor. Yeah, there we go.
I actually don't remember that specific line. Did you say Dan added that as like a footnote? Like, what was that?
No, that's just in there.
That's just in there. Because what I remember, the bit that carries on from that is how he Colcollia would tell that story to the day he dies, and then after it, somebody in the regiment would continue to tell the story, and the story would grow and change in perception and legends. I remember that bit. I don't remember the bit where 40 people died in his stupid charge. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember all the people comparing it to things that Colin Corbeck would do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's a good bit, especially when it was like Collier being like, Cole, calm down. Like, you can't be taking stupid risks like that. Yeah.
Someone's got to do it. He's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull one out.
Yeah. I think that was it. Yeah, I highlighted Dordan's long dead wife on Tanith.
Oh man, the photo as well. It's on like Dordan's desk of like him when he was younger with his pregnant wife. Oh,
Yeah.
Tiny little mementos that people are going to be finding of Dordan around the place. Like, obviously, for the guard, they're going to be there for like 5 minutes, pack everything up. They're going to find it all very quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we wouldn't get any of that in a book because it'd probably be a pretty boring book watching like an estate sale from a guard's perspective. But
certainly would, yes.
But
yes.
Just the way that like Lesp, Anna, and Colding all rally around Dordan in the book every time he like trips and stumbles, heartbreaking.
It is.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like. So the 3 Space Marines are in there. They're in the fighting, and they're just like wrecking shit and doing Space Marine stuff.
Yeah.
And their Gaunt sounds the general order to fall back. Like, we did what we came here to do. We did enough. We got to fall back.
Yeah.
And the order gets to the Space Marines. They're like, nah, we're just going to blow this whole thing up. And is it Lud? Lud's like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, no, just blow it up. We'll just hang out in the vacuum of space until someone comes to pick us up. And I'm like, Space Marine. It's been a while since we've had a Space Marine moment like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, we'll win. Yeah. We'll win against the 20,000 Sons of Sek that are here, blow the whole thing up, and then just hang out in the void for however long it takes.
Yeah. Yep. That's fun. It's
the best.
It's within
and all 3 of them are like, yeah, that's a great plan. Let's do that.
Yeah. It's within our operational parameters. It's fine. We can hang out. It's cool.
Oh my gosh. Because I always say this, man. It's like Space Marines are not human. A lot of the time they are, but man, sometimes they are not. Sometimes they're not human at all.
Right.
Oh, good guys.
It's good. It's good.
Do we ever really get an explanation as to why these 3?
No.
Not really, huh?
No. We haven't gotten an explanation for why these 3. Why 3 different chapters.
Yeah.
We're only kind of even given vague hints about like why they know who Gaunt is at all. And it's like, okay, yes, Balahal,
Right.
the Tower of the Plutocrat. And, you know, okay, this is
20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is nothing for a Space Marine. That's fine.
I know.
But, like, yeah. The fact that they were like, we're going to do a frontal assault. We need to really sell it. We need Space Marines. Yeah. Like, great. You get 3.
Which, again, power scaling, if they're not coming up against any Space Marines or Primarchs, they're fine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I did notice that they sent a whole ton of those
Lock saddle.
lock saddles. They sent like 50 of them at them. I was like, you know what? Yeah. Because like 1 is real scary to a platoon of Imperial Guard, but if there are 3 Space Marines running in, 50 will do.
Yeah.
We gotta have more to handle these guys. Like, yes, appropriate scaling for this situation. Well done.
Yeah. It's good.
Because I was like, what's going to slow these guys down? Oh, 50 Loxodals. Got it. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
On it. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Anyhow. Yeah, good stuff. Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else for the book.
Me neither.
Excellent. In that case, what I'll do is I will find the titles of these
four stories.
These 4 stories, which are Family, You Never Know, Ghosts and Bad Shadows, and Killbox. Those are the 4 short stories contained within The Victory, Part 1.
Indeed.
So that's what we're reading for the next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. We'll do it. We'll read those for next week. I'll refresh before the pod. It'll be good.
Excellent.
All right. Time to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Okay, good stuff. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour, streamed live here at twitch.tv/Somicron every Monday or Tuesday. You can figure it out by now. You can also find the VODs at youtube.com/@Somicron. You can support the podcast directly by subscribing to the Twitch channel, gifting a sub, doing cheering bits, all that fun stuff, or going to patreon.com/Somicron as well. And you can subscribe to the YouTube channel for free, in case I hadn't mentioned that already. So, again, back next week. Got more Warhammer. Going to talk about other stuff. Maybe Taco Bell again. Who knows? We'll be there. And until then, take care of yourself.
Bye. I just realized we were supposed to talk about Mortal Kombat 2 if you've seen it.